Alright folks, what you have in front of you is a 1919 wheat penny that I found as a cashier at one of America's largest retail chains just the other day. And that serves as a precursor for all of the amazing, epic things I found today. I found a good number of amazing finds in just one day hunting, and one of my coworkers found a find of a lifetime as well. So, without further ado, I'm going to get into this video. But first, as a cashier, grinding through my drawers, searching for currency, searching for bills, serial numbers, star notes, old coins, silver coins, whatever it is, it's a lot of fun. Because you can find things that are valuable and worth more than face value, like, I don't know, a war nickel, for example, worth maybe $1 in silver value, but that's not the point. You're spending 5 cents to make $1, and it's very little effort, and in my opinion, it's fun to do, so I'm going to do it, of course. And I've only been doing this for about 2 months, but today's finds are freaking awesome, guys. So this is what I found a few days ago, a 1919 wheat penny that capped off this run of amazing finds, or started this run of amazing finds. So, it's a 1919 wheat penny. Now, the first find I have to show you guys, my supervisor actually found hanging out inside the Coinstar machine. Not in the return tray, but inside the machine itself. And he said it was just hanging out in there, and he showed it to me. And this guy doesn't know too much about coins, although I'm teaching the people I work with about coins, just, talking about it a lot. And so I found, he found this in the Coinstar, and I have one that I got actually in retail too, which is kind of amazing coincidence, I guess. But the coin that he found hanging out in the Coinstar while he was investigating an error, a 1921 Morgan dollar right there, guys. So you're not going to find a Morgan dollar every day, obviously. You're not going to find silver every day. You're not going to find anything of this quality every day. But the fact is, it's out there, and if you just keep checking, you'll eventually strike it big. So this is my coin that I own, but my supervisor today found a coin of his own, 1921 Morgan silver dollar. And I'm not going to cheat anybody. I told him, yeah, that coin's worth, silver amount value, and also maybe $20 to $30 to a collector. And it was in pretty good condition. Not amazing or anything, but it didn't look too bad. So I told him, don't clean it up and just keep it, and keep it for the rest of your life, pretty much. I just told him, don't ever sell it unless the time actually is right where you could sell it at a huge profit, and that, the fertile period finally arrives for 1921 Morgan dollars, or silver value in general, possibly. But I told him to keep it. But that's an epic find, and I was actually kind of annoyed, kind of jealous, honestly, because I'm the coin guy at work. People know me as the coin guy now. I've been doing it for 2 months, but I talk about it a lot. And I'm doing my grinding all the time, checking the ends, checking everything. And so for him to find this, I was a little annoyed, but honestly, you just can't help but feel happy for him, because he found a piece of history right here, and extremely large. I mean, these coins are really large. They've got a nice weight to them. So he found pretty much the find of a lifetime himself today. But I've got probably that beat in terms of quantity. Maybe not individual quality, but quantity, I have that beat all in one day. And so I'm telling you guys, check it. If you're a cashier, if you work with money, even just checking your change, guys, you will find things in there. Not every day. You'll get skunked constantly. But if you just keep the grind going, and I don't mind using that term, and just keep the grind going, folks, and you'll eventually find things like potentially a Morgan silver dollar that my buddy found at his job just because he was opening up the Coinstar to fix a problem. So, first find of the day for me is a 1990 $10 bill in really good condition for what I normally see working retail. They're usually really bad. Really bad. So, you don't see these in this good condition, like, ever. Or maybe not ever, but I don't see them this great. I see them really circulated, really tattered, almost like they could break apart in your hands. So this 1990 $10 bill, and if I had to give a breakdown for the 90s, I see several of them a week, never in this good condition. The 80s, I see one or two, possibly the 70s, maybe one, and before that, almost never. Although I did find two 1950 $100 bills at various points that I did not know the value of. They weren't in great condition, I don't think, but they'd still be worth more than $100 because they're from 1950. So you just don't see these things, but again, if you check, you'll find them out there. So this is a pretty good find. The next find is an awesome bill on a well-circulated $5 2013 note. The serial number 8818, 88, 18, 89, 88. So it's got 6 8s. That matches a personal record of mine for individual numbers I found in a bill. 6. Never found 7. Obviously haven't found a full solid of 8 right there. But that's still pretty cool. The fact that I found a bunch of 8s in there. Now this one is pretty circulated, but it probably has some collector value. But let's say you're putting together a collection, and I'm usually trying to look for stuff to resell. I'm not generally trying to look for collecting things, but if you have a collection, you'll put this in your collection without a doubt. So that's not really a bad bill to find. Although, like I said, it is well worn. Back of that. Actually, here's the back of that 1990 $10 bill, because I didn't show it earlier. So that's a pretty cool find right there. Okay, so up next, I found a 2009 Lincoln Cent variety that I don't already own. So that's pretty cool. I've got 3 other varieties. Haven't found this one yet. I see these often enough. They are pretty rare, but you come across them. I found one actually on the ground the other day, which is funny enough. But yeah, they're out there. Of course, you don't see them every day, so set those aside when I can. Alright, so the next find is something of suspect origins, actually. What I have here are these 5 Ike dollars. Okay, now people don't really pay with Ike dollars anymore. These are from the 70s. So generally people have these coins set aside in a collection, in a jar of coins they don't want to, use, whatever. People don't pay with these. They're also really large, at the same size as that Morgan dollar, so you just don't see them people don't pay with them. People occasionally pay with the Sacagawea and presidential dollars, Susan B. Anthony, but since these are so much bigger, people just set them aside just because, perceived value or whatever. But the customer paid with these, and I didn't wait on this customer. I went on another register, and these were just sitting in the drawer, and I immediately bought them out of the drawer, just because, I mean, they've gotta have some, well, maybe not worth more than $1 for these ones. They're not in the greatest of shape. They're okay. But I don't own any Ike dollars, so I figured I'd buy them out of the drawer, even though I probably won't make money off them. But regardless, I might end up giving these to people as gifts or whatever, or just selling them. But I still bought them. Checking for the silver. There are none, but regardless. Now, what comes up next is going to be a kind of a strange one as to why they would end up in a cash drawer at one of America's largest retail chains is pretty baffling. So I'm suspecting shady origins to this, and I believe it's the same person who paid with the Ike dollars, but they ended up paying with these, and I don't really know what to make of it. So perhaps somebody could give me some more information. But regardless, this is a pretty awesome find. All the finds I had before, this is probably the ultimate find of the day. So let me bring these out here. Okay, folks, so what I've got right here is 2 uncirculated, unopened rolls of 2011 NIFC Kennedy half dollars. Right there, folks. 2011D, 2011P Kennedy half dollars right there. They were sitting in the drawer, in the roll. They were just, that's the way I found them, like that, just sitting in the drawer. I immediately bought them out of the drawer. Immediately bought them. I didn't even realize they were from the mint directly. I was just like, okay, there could be silver in there. Who the hell knows what's in these? But seeing as they are 2011 NIFC coins, they are directly from the United States Mint. I'm not going to open them until I get further guidance. I don't know if it'd be worth it or if I just sell them because they're unopened. Maybe somebody would pay a premium to hunt through these because there could be something. And also, brilliant uncirculated coins directly in these rolls here. But yeah, so let me show you the ends there. Help to make that out. The ends of these coins here. So they got a bit of a gold tint to it. You probably can't see that on the camera with my lighting, but there's a bit of a gold tint onto them right there. So the end coins had me fooled a little bit as to like what are they, but probably just because they've been exposed for however long. I don't know. Maybe that's some environmental damage, just a little bit of discoloration there. But here's the other sides of these rolls. I was actually checking the one Kennedy's head to see what year they were from before I even realized I could just check the outside of the roll here. 2011 it says directly on the roll. Kennedy half dollar, United States Mint right there. Got that United States Mint and then the one that's underneath. So what I think is somebody must have stolen a collection or something of these coins. And that's how they ended up in our possession, because I don't know what kind of idiot would go to the store and you know, send these rolls like, here, $20, alright, here you go, you know, like, it just sounds so stupid, because you have to go to the mint to get these, so who could be that dumb? So it has to be somebody spending a collection that's not theirs, or maybe it's grandpa's collection, whatever, but I think these might be stolen because they had to make up a story that, oh, my boss pays me in these coins, which doesn't make sense why anybody would. But moreover, if you were getting them because your grandfather died and you're just spending them, you could just say that, and then if somebody wanted to ask for proof, you could easily back it up, giving somebody an obituary or death certificate or something if you really get questioned by the police or whatever, and that they were part of his collection. And perhaps the will, you know, maybe you're allowed to spend them. But it just seemed like the person was lying. Or that's what I heard after the fact. I didn't wait on them, like I said, but yeah, so wherever they came from, I honestly don't care. They're mine now. I bought them out of the drawer immediately. So it's just you never know what you're gonna find. You find odd things. You just see the 5 slots in the drawer for change, quarters, nickels, dimes, pennies, and then you see the one at the end, which is for whatever else that you come across. And sometimes you find something in there. And of course, this is probably a once in a lifetime type of find, especially where I work, since I don't really get a lot of rare stuff, honestly. But regardless, this stuff can be out there. You just got to pay attention and know what you're doing. So there's the rolls right there, guys. And then there's one more find of the day, and this happened this is the icing on the cake, before I was going to leave. And I've never found one retail, though. I found one in my friend's change once. A 1960, minutes before I was going to leave, folks, 1960 silver dime. Never found one in my drawers. I'm checking the dimes all the time. Gotta check for that silver in the dimes. Quarters, you're probably never going to find one. They're out there, I guess, but it seems like unlikely. But dimes, you can find these, guys, and I just found one minutes before I was going to leave. So to cap off an absolute epic day of finds, not only the bills, the one with 5/8, the uncirculated 10, the gently circulated 10 was pretty nice from 1990. The Lincoln cent, pretty good, although that's nothing to make a video over. The unopened half-dollar rolls, and the Ike dollars. So let's bring those out. Got these 2 rolls here. Got all these Ikes. Got this Lincoln cent right there. And then, where did I put those bills? And then these 2 bills right here. That serial number on the 5. And there's no way that's going to focus. But you guys just trust me. I showed you it earlier. It's 1990 on that $10 bill. So, like I keep saying, folks, throughout this whole video, you're not going to score like this every day. You might never score like this. But you can still, one by one. It's like you're mining for Bitcoin whenever you're searching your drawers. You might end a whole week's worth of search in your drawer, and you might get 0.02 Bitcoin deposited into your account. that's just kind of how it works, honestly. But eventually, some days you strike big. Not only just what I found, if I'm including my friend's Morgan Dollar, the amount of good things that came through my store today is just spectacular. The 2 rolls, the silver dime, that Ike's, the penny, and this, and then those bills. And this is just the drawers. There's probably 10, 15, 20 drawers, probably 20 drawers that, aren't really, I don't go on all the drawers all around the store, so who knows what could even be in those drawers. So really, it's just a treasure hunt, basically. But you're going to have to grind, you're going to have to work at it, but eventually you get paid off big time like this. So thanks for watching my video, folks. Today was an absolute epic day of finds. Have a good day.